Hello there, chaps and chappers. You know, we've got the boy Ralf in the building looking to present the strats. We're using a 4-2-2, starting out with a 4-4-2 in game, but then switching to it. And the reason why the 4-2-2 is so good is because you've got the left attacking mid and the right attacking mid occupying the half space, as opposed to a normal 4-4-2 where they're just kind of sitting out wide and no one is rationally occupying that space, the half space, which means that the left back and left mid, for example, are actually going to run into each other a lot of the time. And it's just not very efficient use of the spacing and of the pitch, really. So the 4-2-2, we've got the press after possession loss. You know, we're very much looking to Gegen press. You know, go at them early and really cause the threat from the front. And we've got 4 against 4 on their defence there as well in the back 4. We've got 39 width on the defence. And the reason is we want to have a compact defence. You know, not much space between the lines, because otherwise they're just going to pass it straight through and they're going to cut straight through. So we have 63 depth, and the reason why is we want to try and limit their space as much as possible when they get the ball back. You know, because if we were to sit a bit further back, suddenly they've got a lot more time on the ball, a lot more space, and we're not going to be able to press as effectively. And it also means we'll have a lot more space between the lines where they're just going to be able to effectively, you know, penetrate through and actually set up a counter-attack. And that's going to end up in a cooking. You know, we won't be wanting that at all. So balanced and direct passing, as well as 45 width. And the reason why we want that is we don't want the left attacking mid and the right attacking mid drifting too wide to the point where they're essentially just right mid and left mids. So 4-2-2, the formation we're using. Kind of a vibey team. We've actually built a Lego Padme FC. Shout out Lego Pads. But Yao Cancella, you know, overlap and step up. And the reason is that if we've got the left attacking mid and right attacking mid occupying the half spaces, we have to have someone occupying that wider space in the attack is free for that 2v1 against the right back on that example. All 4 of the defense are on step up. And that's so important, because if you're actually Gegen pressing, you know, you're pressing from the front, you need to make sure that their attack is getting no time on the ball if they play a long ball or anything like that. Kyle Walker just on step up and balanced. And then McTominay sitting on man mark, stay back or attacking, cover wing, and the same with the other CDM. You know, man marking, stopping them from building up and giving it to the centre mids, and just really pressing them from the front, as well as also cover wing, which is going to allow them to actually cover. If a left back is forward in this occasion, he's going to cover for the left back and really just stop the attacks, stop the counter attacks. So onto the centre attacking mids. You know, we've literally just gotten back on a comeback on defence. That's literally all we've got. And it's just to make sure that we have a more solid defence, you know, create that 2v1 against a right mid on this example. And it also gives you access to the centre mids so that you don't have to drag out CDMs as much when you're trying to defend. And then literally on the strikers, we just got getting behind, you know, threatening that in behind space if they're trying to hold a high line or what have you, and constantly is going to be keeping their defense on edge, you know, keeping them shook, keeping them scared. So, you know, getting into the games, my, you know, what a team. He's got Petr Cech and all of that. He's sitting in the back 5. He's looking to live lavish. He's looking to really do the most. Bruno Fernandes trying to find a bit of room, and this is actually before we even got the formation change away. CR7 line up the top bins. My, Petr Cech ain't saving that. The guy coming out of carbonite freezing type thing. So Rashford, you know, going over to this left side, and we got that 2v1. Although in this case, it's kind of a 2v2 because he has actually got a right centre-back in a 5 at the back. But it still allows us, you know, that extra bit of control in that wide area as we try to give it to Rashford. In this case, the linesman, you know, he's flagging offside. That is kind of peak. Ronaldo trying to get it across. They're smacking it long. And the step up really working here, you know, not allowing him any time on the ball. The centre-back's tight on him. And look at that, Van Dijk rising, man. The guy's leaping, man. And, you know, they're just not really able to get through just yet. And now they're trying to go at us here. Varane covering. And look at that, you know, stepping up. And that's why it's so important. Just, you know, you need to be covering them by just kind of pressing out to them, and then the CDMs doing the job. So centre attack, or the right attacking mid, occupying the left back there, allowing the right back loads of space in the wide channel. And that's why it's really good to have occupation of the different zones of the pitch, because there's always going to be a zone that's free. And Jadon Sancho, you know, looking to cut in, looking to cruise. But my guy Petr Cech coming through there with a nice little save. So now we're just knocking it about in the midfield. You know, Fred giving it to my guy Rashford, giving it on for Ronaldo. He's, you know, we've managed to get a 1v1 against the centre-back there. We've isolated him against a boy. And he's doing the classic. You know, the boy, man, he's doing the classic, man. That is actually kind of vibey, seeing CR7 doing the most for Lego Pads. So, you know, we're winning that game against a 5-3-2. He couldn't really live with the press. He couldn't live with the strats of my guy Ralf. And, you know, we're up against now 4-3-2-1 team. and he's looking to use the likes of Benrahma and all of that, but he's running into trouble straight away with Fred, and all of a sudden that in behind space is ready to be exploited. Bruno Fernandes playing free for the boy. It's not quite coming through. There's a good save there. We've got Jadon Sancho in that inside space because Cancelo was able to occupy that wide space, and it's causing them all sorts of problems. McTominay really tight on them there, and they're not able to break out the press. And now you're actually playing very direct, very quick, and they wouldn't be able to break through at all, I think, if you had played a bit slower. But we've got a 2v1 predicament. The right back doesn't have a clue what to do. He kind of dragged himself out, and that just allows us to get the first goal. And that 2v1 on that side is just causing a whole host of problems. And you find that a lot of teams on Ultimate Team, they're not bringing back their right mid or left mid. They're happy to just have a left back or right back kind of defending on their own. And we're causing all sorts of problems because of it. And, you know, my guy Cancelo has actually got in the box for that as we ping it across. What a vibey goal. My. We actually just kind of cooked him. So, you know, we're 2-0 up at this point in time. Cancelo is actually occupying that half space, which actually allows Sancho to occupy the wide space. And the diagonal passes are much more effective for breaking through the lines than just a straight pass in the same zone. So now we've got Fred as well dropping into that space. Like I say, the stay wide on the CDMs occupying that space which is being left by the left back. But like I say, if you just have a 4-4-2, and, you know, obviously we're getting a vibey little goal here, but if you have a 4-4-2 and the left mid is on the same line, that same wide line as the left back, the passes are not as easy to do as if you're doing a diagonal pass from a half space to a wide lane. So, you know, chaps and chapheads, I think I've shown you all I can show you, really, in terms of a strat. You know, my guy Ralf, maybe he's going to actually do the most at Lego pads. So, chaps and chapheads, I'll see you in a jiff. Trust.
You little says. You little says. You little says. You little says. Hey, sweetie. Oh, aren't you just the sweetest thing? Boys, can we get some hashtag hype in stream? Aren't you just the sweetest thing? Aren't you just the sweetest thing? Boys, can we get some hashtag hype in stream? Boys, can we get some hashtag hype in stream?